Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, thank you for stopping by, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. So today I'm going to talk about my lessons from my CTA journey. So I've done a video on the top 10 tips to pass CTA. If you haven't already, please make sure that you watch it. However, today in 2021, so it's over a year after I've done my CTA and passed it, I am reflecting on it and I'm thinking these are key lessons that I learned from it, and I hope that they can help each and every one of you who are doing CTA to do better and perform better, handle it better, work with it better than I did. So as always, I wrote the lessons down so that I don't get carried away. So let's get right into it. The first lesson is that do not be afraid of CTA. So when I did CTA in 2019, that was after 4 years, 15, 16, 17, 18, yeah, after 4 years of being in an audit firm. And each year, the list of people who had passed CTA would be displayed, or it would circulate on social media platforms, and I would see a lot of people that I looked up to, people that I aspired to be one day who would not make it. And so I had an inherent fear of CTA before I even started it. So for one reason or another, it is a very uneasy journey for anyone. And because I was so scared, it was as if CTA was proving itself right the moment I started and things were falling apart. So I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying that being afraid of CTA is not the best thing that you can do for yourself. The best thing is to acknowledge that it is not easy, it is difficult. However, you are up to the task and can do whatever it takes to pass. The second thing is actually linked to what I just mentioned in not being afraid of CTA. And it is the fact that CTA is by far the hardest thing that I've done in my life so far. That is after doing ITC and APC. And by the way, the competence exams are by no means easy, but I'm saying compared to CTA, it is the hardest thing that I've done so far. And this is why. CTA is a 4 year of grueling technical tests and acquiring that. It is being molded into a person who knows their accounting, who knows their auditing, who knows their tax. It is a full year of high heat studying, high heat tests and high heat exams. So it is difficult, and you need to be mentally, emotionally, physically, and even financially prepared to do what it takes to take you through CTA, because you need to pass it. After you've done it, you need to pass it. So I would just say that if you're going to be doing CTA this year, it is no joke. It is difficult. It takes a toll on you. But remember what I said first. Do not be afraid of it, because for you to actually be the person who wants to do CTA, it already separates you from the rest. You're already in another level. You're someone who is good enough to just be like, I'm going to do this. And so you need to do it. I'll move on to the third lesson. The third lesson for me is that the standard is your best friend. So this is for financial reporting, for auditing, and then the legislation for tax. So it seems very difficult to understand these very technical questions that are CTA. But if you go in the standard, it will tell you exactly what you need to do. So you need to trust yourself, and you need to learn how to interpret the standard in what they're trying to say. So if it's IFRS 9 and you're being told how financial assets are classified, the standard is very clear on that. So what you then need to do is to say, given the information that has been provided, they have said that from these assets, they're going to be selling them, and they're also going to be holding them for contractual cash flows. So if they're doing both, then how are they classified? Then you will probably classify them as financial assets held through OCI, right? So you've got your standard. It is everything that you need to know when it comes to your financial reporting. You've got your auditing standard. There's everything that you need to be guided with when you're carrying out your auditing procedures. You've got your legislation. Legislation might be a bit tricky, which is why you then actually need to read more text, because it might not be very easy for you to just interpret the subsections and all that. However, sometimes it's quite clear. When it's not, that's when you can then consult a book or something like that, ask the lecturers and all that. So your standard should be your best friend. I'm not saying don't use other resources. Other resources can help break it down into how you can understand, but always look to the standard. When in doubt, consult the standard. The fourth thing is that all you need is a 50%. So it is good to pass with flying colors. If you're a competitive person, if you're just a regular person, it is very, very a good experience to do very well, to have very good grades. However, at the CTA, you just want 50%. So you aim towards that, because sometimes when you're trying to aim too high, the result is you actually don't get the 50% because you are trying too hard. So work hard to get past the finish line. Know what needs to be done for you to get past the finish line. Practice enough to get you past the finish line. If you're writing and you see that you are running out of time, leave what you're doing there and go to another question that you know, so that you increase your chances of getting past the finish line. So that would be my next lesson. And the final lesson that I learned, there are many, but I've decided to just sum them up into 5. And the 5th lesson is that practice makes perfect. So as you can see, these lessons cannot be separated from the other. You need to use them all in one big pot of rigorous lessons. And when you practice, you know more. So you're practicing and you're using your standard, and you're making sure that you keep it in the back of your mind that all you need is a 50% to pass. So do enough to get 50%, because it's not easy to get that 50%. And do not despair because you're getting a 50%, because that is exactly what you need to pass. So guys, this is it. These are my top 5 lessons that I got from my CTA journey, and I hope that they can help you in how you maneuver your CTA. I wish you the very best in your CTA, and I hope that you can be mentally, physically, and emotionally geared up for the journey, because like I said, it's not easy. But if you're devoted to your CTA, you would definitely pass. So all the best. Until next time when I come up with another motivational video, goodbye. If you like my type of content, please make sure that you don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified. Until next time, guys.